Welcome to another episode of the American Dream, Traverse City. I'm your host and community expert, Brian McGillivray. Today we're in downtown Traverse City on the Boardman-Ottaway River to learn about a remarkable effort to restore the natural connectivity of this beautiful river. We're going to visit a scientific project that we have given an equally scientific name. We call it the Fish Pass. Since the 1800s, people have harnessed the energy of this river with dams to accommodate logging and industry or produce electricity. But at the start of this century, our community decided to remove the dams and restore the connectivity of this cold water stream to the Great Lakes. 3 dams were removed, but there was a problem removing Union Street Dam. It controls the level of Boardman Lake, holds back more than a century of inert pollutants buried in silt, and keeps invasive species such as the sea lamprey from traveling upstream to spawn. A single adult sea lamprey can destroy 40 pounds of fish. There's no natural predators in the Great Lakes, and if left unchecked, could destroy the natural ecosystem of the largest single system of fresh water in the world. The Great Lakes Fishery Commission was created almost 75 years ago to battle the sea lamprey and other invasive species. Its tools are mostly limited to dams or lampricide to prevent spawning. Dams, however, also prevent the migration of native fish such as sturgeon, walleye, and countless others from reaching their own spawning grounds. Invasives traveling up rivers are not just an issue in the Great Lakes, but a threat to ecosystems around the world. So about 10 years ago, the Great Lakes Fishery Commission approached the city of Traverse City with a proposition. They would both replace the city's failing dam and reconnect the river to the Great Lakes. Welcome to Fish Pass. Okay, today we want to welcome Dr. Dan Zielinski. He's a principal engineer and scientist for the Great Lakes Fishery Commission. Can you explain to our viewers what is Fish Pass?
Well, certainly. So Fish Pass, in a nutshell, is really the goal of sorting an assortment of fish. It's to achieve the goal of selective fish passage, which is really a solution to a problem that we've coined the connectivity conundrum, facing barriers throughout the Great Lakes and around the world. Essentially, fish resource managers are faced with the alternate management decisions of removing a barrier to increase connectivity, which is good for fish life histories and just watershed health, but it's also weighing the decision against retaining a barrier for controlling invasive species like the sea lamprey, which is why the Great Lakes Fishery Commission has been involved in this project, because we're tasked with managing sea lamprey throughout the Great Lakes.
So this is a major project and it's not going to be cheap. What's the price tag on this, and what are some of the partners that are involved in making this happen?
Yeah, so the price tag right now on all the work that's contracted right now is about $23 million. But the partners that have been involved in this from the start have been the City of Traverse City, the Grand Traverse Band of Chippewa and Ottawa Indians, Michigan DNR, Army Corps of Engineers, Fish and Wildlife Service, U.S. Geological Survey, and a number of other stakeholder groups that are local to the Traverse City area as well as throughout the state. And we also have participation from researchers from around the U.S., Canada, and the world.
Because this isn't just, stopping invasives is not just a Great Lakes problem, it's an issue around the world. And when it's done, it's also going to be not just a channel, but there's a lot of amenities for the public.
Yeah, so one of the things we did really early on in the project is we went to the public to find out how they wanted to use the space, how they wanted to interact, what they wanted it to look like, and that informed a lot of those public amenities that are included in the project. And some of those include universally designed pathways connecting north, south, east, west across the river. We also have overlooks so people can observe just the river and the research that's going on. There's self-guided tours so people can understand kind of the history of the project. There's also an educational plaza that can be a focal point for a lot of the outreach and education components of the project. And then on top of that, we have improved boat and kayak landings, both upstream and downstream of the dam. So just improved access, not only across the site, but down to the river.
So I know this project's not going to be done until roughly
spring of 2027.
So I really look forward to coming back when it's completed, and we'll checking in with you along the way. I really appreciate your perseverance for over the last 10 years on this project. So really, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
thank you for joining us on another episode of the American Dream Traverse City. I hope you've enjoyed this unique opportunity to visit a scientific project in the downtown. I'm your host and community expert, Brian McGillivray, and this is our American Dream.